Cheers,
Cheers.
everyone. Welcome to the second installment of Wine and Realty 614.
Yes.
We need to come up with like a intro, like a way to do all that.
Do you really think? I think that we just did it.
Oh.
We'll get some opinions of other people, but...
That's Amanda. I'm Jenny. I don't think we said our names in the first one.
They know who we are.
We just expect everyone to know who we are.
we're like basically celebrities.
I mean, we are basically famous. I don't know if you know this. I'm kind of famous.
So anyway, I guess this kind of pertains to Realtor Safety.
Yes, that is exactly what we're talking about in the second. So we get, as real estate agents, we get requests all the time from random people.
Online requests.
Yes.
We've never met these people. They call us or, they text us or it's just...
Slide into our DMs.
No, we don't show those houses.
Don't we though?
No, I don't.
Oh.
You told me to block them.
No, not the people asking you out to dinner. Yes, block those people. The ones saying, can we go have drinks prior to a show? No, we cannot do that.
No, we don't do that.
But yeah, so point is, we get these requests all the time. Mm-hmm. We advertise on Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia.
Yeah.
Facebook.
We're everywhere. Like all real estate agents are just, our faces are everywhere.
Information's out there, phone numbers.
Like you can look me up on Facebook and you get my cell number, and like you could, random people are asking to see houses and vacant houses.
The point of all this is to say there are sometimes we ask questions to qualify you as a buyer.
Yes.
Or as a seller. I mean, I because you do get sometimes requests from people wanting to sell a home.
Absolutely.
I think that maybe that isn't as common. Yeah. Normally that would be a referral. I feel like someone wanting to sell a home isn't going to reach out to someone they don't know. They're going to get a referral from a friend.
I guess I could say with you saying that, when someone reaches out and they want to sell a house, at least I have their information. You know what I mean?
Where they live, right.
Exactly. I have their information, like where they live.
Their site. Do they legitimately own the house?
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what I do. So I guess we'll kind of back up for a second. And there are instances like where real estate agents have been killed at showings.
Right.
And I think the one that hit home, like for me, like before I'd never even thought about it, but Beverly Carter.
Yes.
And so
a couple years ago.
Yeah, she was found. So she was kidnapped from a vacant home in 2014. Her body was found days later, buried in a shallow grave.
I think that that's the one that really hit home for a lot of people and probably got the most press.
Yes.
More so than, obviously I'm sure this has happened prior.
It has. And there's other ones on here. So they asked the person that killed her and they said a woman that worked alone, she's a rich broker. So they wanted to steal whatever she had. But
that doesn't
what do we have? Like,
so for those of you thinking about, we're not bringing anything on a showing. Like nothing. There's no purses. There's no money. There's no credit cards. There's nothing to steal off of a real estate agent.
A phone and a car.
Okay.
Right. But there's other ones that are on here that I looked up and, they're shot and killed at a showing. And
open houses. There was
houses.
Just a couple of real estate agents I saw having open houses. And
so also what I found was a man was killed. So
yeah, you don't hear about that very often.
No, I don't think, it doesn't only pertain to women. I think that women obviously are a little bit more scared because, protecting ourselves. And I actually know that we both went to like a safety class together to learn, just to, like, what can you do? How can you use your cell phone as a weapon or like something to protect yourself if somebody attacks you?
Right.
And like just ways to like make sure that you know your exits. And I think it's really important though, because we are showing strangers houses.
Right. So circling back to, and sorry, this is just random because this is how we are with these podcasts. Follow along. But we'll ask you questions. If you're a buyer and you're requesting a showing from a real estate agent online, someone that you have not met before, please do not get offended if I'm asking you for a copy of your driver's license or for your pre-approval, which is a big, it's not necessarily, we are not doubting that you can buy a home or questioning your financial ability. Really, we just want to know, A, you're legitimate about buying, and B, are you who you say you are? I mean, because I don't know you. You know you.
Right.
I don't know who you are. Amanda's heard this story before, but I had a call, and the buyer said he had absolutely no interest in purchasing a home. He just wanted to see the home.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no, I'm not going to take you to see it. First of all, because why? And secondly,
it's a waste of everybody's time.
A waste of time, but also there's a safety factor involved for the sellers.
Absolutely.
Why are you wanting to see that home? I mean, there are people who live in that home, and
they could steal from the house.
Right.
Like we put ourselves on the line, and we have to make sure that you are legitimate, that you actually want to buy a house. And I think that's what people don't completely understand, which is unfortunate. Like, we're not trying to, first step to buying a house is getting pre-approved. Without a pre-approval, you can't do anything anyway. So you don't find a house first. And we've talked about this so many times. And I think that, really bringing in the Realtor Safety is kind of a good way to explain that to people.
100%.
And if they respect you enough, then they would understand, I think.
The Beverly Carter case that you had brought up, with that one, and, that was like, what kind of steps can I take to protect myself when someone wants to see a house? And one of the ideas is to ask for a copy of a driver's license.
Yep.
Well, but in asking that, I don't want to offend you. So it's really a weird, as the real estate agent, I don't want to offend you by asking that. But on the other hand, if you're not willing to show me that information, there's nothing on there.
Right.
That
when I ask questions about your pre-approval, or have you talked to somebody about getting pre-approved, when you just say, like, respond with, I just want to see the house, that doesn't make me feel comfortable.
No.
I don't care if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel comfortable.
And that may be what you want, but...
Yeah. I know. I understand that you want to see the house, and I want you to see that house if you are able to buy it.
If you want to buy the house.
I don't want to waste my time and put my safety in danger. And I think, as the years have gone by and I've grown, and sold more houses, I'm not afraid to say no anymore. Like, I'm not afraid to lose a sale over my safety. Like, my safety is number one. And so I guess I can kind of follow up to that. And, people are doing concealed carry.
So how do you feel about that?
I think if you can properly handle, for me personally, I have a gun, but I might be scared to carry it because I could be, someone could.
I think that, everyone's knee-jerk reaction is, I need to carry a gun. I need to go get my
there was actually an
license.
Agent,
but here's the thing.
Someone pulled a gun on somebody.
Right. And that's amazing. And I am all about empowerment, and you do that if you need to. But here's the thing. I went to a shooting range, and I had such a visceral reaction to that. There's no way I would carry a gun.
The thing
because you have to shoot to hurt someone.
Well, the thing is though, like, I think if you had a gun, it would scare somebody enough that they would not attack you.
I don't think so. They're going to take it. They're going to try to take it from you. Are you prepared? Yeah. Are you prepared to do that? So my husband is, he carries, and he is trained, and training is such a huge part of it. You can't just get that license and then be free to go. I mean, you have to continually train.
Right.
And he had me hold a gun. This was when we were first talking about it. And he took it from me, and he took it in a way that someone would take it. And I was like, wait a minute. You don't think about that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I do. I actually do think about that happening. And that's why I have a gun, and, like, I don't carry because of that. Like, I could be overpowered easily.
Yeah.
And, like, I do, other things that I feel like it kind of makes me feel more safe. Like, I never have my back to somebody. I don't go upstairs first. I don't go, like, I go in after people.
Yeah.
I know my exits.
Yeah.
Like, so I do other things. And I guess I am prepared if I feel uncomfortable in the situation.
Right.
If I were to be attacked, like, obviously it's going to be different if I am.
So interestingly enough, so I had this conversation. I was in Texas over the weekend with some friends who are also in real estate. And I was telling them about a time I went on a showing, and it was a random buyer asking to see a house. And I showed the house, and your gut starts. And so, like you said, I mean, I don't go upstairs. I don't go downstairs. I keep in mind where the exits are. Where's the front door? Where's the back door? And he actually was telling me a story about something and put me in a headlock.
You told me about
yeah,
this.
I've told you this. I know you've heard the story. I mean, I know. So I was in a headlock, and I had tear gas because here's the thing: mace is not going to work. You can buy tear gas, little, the same on a keychain kind of thing, and because what I had learned, our self-defense person that we had gone to see. People, if they eat spicy foods and eat spice, they get kind of immune to the pepper spray. So it wouldn't be as effective. Can you believe it? So tear gas is so anyway, you can buy that. And I had that, and I had it in my hand, and I kept flipping like it was in a, like the packet that you would put on a packet, but like carry on your keychain. And I had it. And he let me go. But my friends were like, what are you kidding? You didn't react? Like you didn't. I don't know that anybody knows how they're going to react when they're in that situation. And I was so like, here's the thing. We're so trained to be polite and so trained to
we're customer service.
That what do you react? I was like, first of all, is this even happening? Secondly, oh, sure, he's going to let me go at some point.
Right. Well, and that's just it. And like that's like these past cases that we have brought up that I'm sure they thought the same thing. Like, why would they think, like, what are you going to take from me? Like, you're getting my car? Yeah. Like, you want my car? Like, take my car.
Take the car.
Take my phone. Take whatever you want. But it's crazy to me that somebody would, kill somebody over that. And
I think that people that would do that are definitely not going in just wanting to steal a car or steal money. So I guess
it was a couple. Beverly Carter got killed by a couple. It was like two people.
Oh, was it? I thought it was just.
I think it was two people.
I remember. I thought it was just.
I think
person,
that like it doesn't matter. I thought it was a couple, but still, like the point is that even if it is a woman reaching out to me, like I still want to make sure that I'm protecting myself. Like, and so I guess it comes down to it. Like, be prepared and be safe. And another backup plan for realtors, if they're listening, is. Obviously, let somebody know where you are.
If you have iPhone, share your location.
Share your location. Take pictures of license plates. Just whenever you're feeling uneasy, just don't do it.
Don't go in the house. You don't just have to go in the house.
If it's vacant, just let them go in. If it's not, then just be like, I'm so sorry, I can't get in. I must have the code wrong.
I think typically the majority of people are fine. They're legitimate buyers. But there are these one-off cases that scary. All it's going to take is one time. So did you found some classes? Is that what?
Yeah. So there are, some concealed carry classes. Like you can just go on and Google it, but Vance Outdoors offers a lot of classes. They're typically 8 hours to get your concealed carry.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of training to go into carry. There's also ladies only classes, which
if you're more comfortable.
Yeah. If you want to be with just women that, maybe I think that some women would feel more comfortable with that. I get it. Sure. And I also think just doing like some self-defense classes is something that would be helpful if you don't want to carry a gun.
I always like to think that I'm going to be like crazy ninja.
Obviously not.
And clearly that is not the case. Yeah. So I just don't, it's really interesting to me. I just don't know, in that instance.
Like I know that I'm strong. Like I'm strong for a female, but like if somebody attacks me, like
I don't know.
You could just freeze.
I just know I was in a headlock and I didn't react at all.
I think like doing my homework beforehand is how I can keep myself safe.
And as agents, don't be afraid to ask questions. Yeah. Listen, you do not have to be polite. If someone is making you uncomfortable, react.
Yeah.
Do not feel that you need to be polite. And I think that's the biggest problem we have. Again, customer service, like you said, and we you don't rock the boat. You don't want to offend someone. Yeah. But listen, if someone is setting off your alarms,
and once you're in the business longer, I think like I'm much easier to say no. I'm like no.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it's my time.
And I'm sorry you get mad at me, but
it's fine.
You find someone to show you that house. Maybe not me.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that make sure pre-approvals and just make sure that you're safe. Yes. I think that's your number one.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe we can have some sort of self-defense expert in at some point too. Because the thing is about this podcast is we're not just doing this for consumers. It's for everyone, agents.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important.
People.
It's really
important.
Buyers,
sellers.
That's why we did this for
each other.
A second. Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Oh, clink, clink.